You know, sometimes this life can get rough. You get knocked down, but you gotta get up.
Welcome everybody to Rolling Until Ragnarok's HARROW SPIRE episode 6. This is gonna be a fun one because the group left off right as they heard Hadock talking to the Ogre King as they got to the top of the stairs, pushed through these very steamy, disgusting feeling doors that the wood itself was like almost like moist, like squishy as you pushed open the doors, and now you are standing in front of a room of just 4 ogres wolfing it down at these large tables that are partially broken. The ogres are like, they've let their pants out. This is like so much, like this is just gluttony at its finest. Hadock is sitting off at a table with next to a little goblin that has this very large sword for the goblin, and the goblin's face is painted to look kind of like you would think almost a court jester at first, but then you kind of look at him more, and it's more poignanted. It's like a skull made of yellow with some twists where its mouth should be, and the goblin is kind of directing things almost, it seems, like as other things happen. And at the very, very front of the room, the top of this thing, on his throne is the Ogre Lord of HARROW SPIRE. As he sits there, wolfing everything down, he looks up without stopping eating, food kind of falling out of his mouth. He just yells, "And what can I do for you?"
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hadock begins. Hadock looks over and goes, "Oh, they were part of the party that I brought through. You can just kill them."
Not if we kill you first.
Maybe not the bird. And then
It's just gonna be. Had it, just gonna.
Hadock kind of looks over and stands. The Ogre Lord of HARROW SPIRE, kind of watches him stand, and he puts his big hand out. You would notice that the Ogre Lord himself is much smaller than a lot of these other ogres. Like, while he's big, like, he's not as, like, gargantuan as some of these ogres. These ogres have, like, big pieces to him. This man looks like he is properly, while he is large, he's properly put together. Like, he could get up and swing if he had to. Whereas some of these other ogres don't really look like they would be able to get up off this table if they had to.
Great. Let's count on that.
And, he says, "I am the king here. You, Hadock, just sit down and wait your turn. As I said, what can I do for you all here?" And he picks up this big handful of what looks like half-cooked, half-raw meat and just lobs it into, like, in his jaw, almost like he's, like, pushing chewing tobacco into his gum. He makes that loud clapping sound with his teeth in his mouth as he sits there with it.
Well, firstly, and Charlotte would pick up her hammer and she would point it towards Hadock. We've come to deal with that one. We have a personal issue with him. And then secondly, I think you're doing a really bad job here being king.
Like Pepper is just like jaw just dropped. Like Like, did you just say that?
The goblin begins to just laugh uncontrollably. As you say that. Anybody else have anything to say before we go back and forth here?
Anybody else?
Yeah, I felt like Pepper would just be like, why had it, like, why our party? I mean, we were on the same side, why did you do this?
He was never on our side.
He was still on our side.
Hadock looks over and says, Pepper, we all had missions. Mine was just to deliver you all.
But why? Is this why you disappeared so often?
And the goblin kind of stops laughing and wipes his face. And he says, she's the one you said was going to join you, right? Man, the kicker. Now you have to kill your, little apprentice girl that saved you? That's hilarious, man.
I guess Pepper would just kind of look down at the floor and...
Wilbur's not saying anything. He's just looking at Hadock seething. And, like, if you're paying that much extra attention, like, the tip of his staff is just bubbling with water and sea foam, just ready to, like, spray somebody in the face.
We were told what you did to Paprika and the rest of us, and we can't let that go. Hope you understand. We each have our own missions, right? So that's what we're here for.
Hadock stands and goes, Yeah. I understand. I understand that you all have somehow decided to come up here and die to a bunch of ogres. That seems very short-sighted. And he looks back at the king and goes, well, anyway, your liege, I will take my adieu. I have to get going and make sure that the goblins move on to the next town. It was a pleasure.
Not even gonna stay and fight us, I see.
Yeah, if he tries to leave, I'm just gonna attack him.
He's just a coward. It's really sad, actually, to watch.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all want to roll initiative, because that's what Hadock's doing. Hadock's just gonna walk out.
Oh no, he's not. Team.
I'll roll initiative for Hadock and roll initiative for my ogre king. The ogre king, though, that being said, is going to stand and just say, there will be no violence in my hall. And I have done a great job. This is my kingdom. And as he says that, he stomps and, like, the whole room shakes a little bit. The other ogres never look up. So are we rolling initiative?
Wilbur would look up and look to Shallot, look to everyone else in the group, and kind of get a sense for how everyone else is feeling.
Shallot would just be like, I can't let him go for what he did to our party. Like, we were a family. We worked together, and he betrayed us. And he's taking the coward's way out again.
Yeah, I want him dead as much as you do, but is now the time?
Or what? We just leave all of these people here to be feasted upon? They said they were moving somewhere else. So they're just going to keep doing this everywhere that they go. I mean, if y'all have a better solution, please.
While they're talking, Kara's gonna, like, squat down as she sets down a hedgehog. And it's gonna start walking towards Hadock while they're arguing.
Okay.
She is casting Disguised Blast. And it It just walks towards him. And he has to, when it gets within, well, when it gets to him, he has to make an intelligence saving throw.
All right.
Okay.
He has to be the 10. So.
You got an 8.
You got an 8. Aw.
Oh, baby.
That's
That's okay. This little hedgehog explodes and he takes 13 points of damage.
Okay. Upon it exploding, we will be rolling initiative. For my king, I got a 4. He's a little bit surprised at the blast. And I got a 17 for Hadock and the goblin.
I got a dirty 20.
I got a 19.
I got a 5.
By all means, y'all can go first. I will say though that, like I said, the king is now there's an explosion, and the king starts to scream, "You ruining my dinner! This is my feast. This is my thing. I am the king here." And he looks at Shallot with very angry eyes at her statement. I run HARROW SPIRE, not need your thoughts behind this. His eyes have this like tinge of yellow to them that look very similar to how the other things looked when they were kind of like in that different mindset below.
So
But
there's something might be controlling him as well.
right.
Interesting.
But it's y'all's turn. Go.
I'm assuming each of these little squares is 5 feet.
Yep.
All right, y'all. I'm assuming since these ogres, I would prefer to just let them sit at the table and not mess with them.
They have not looked up yet. They are, and when I say it, like, it's just gluttony. Like, it's handfuls upon handfuls, and they're just shoving meat down their throat. They're eating the bones whole. If they get to the bottom of the plate, they eat the plate as well.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave them alone. Let's see.
Each square is 5.
Okay. I'm gonna move out in front just to be in front of y'all. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, wait. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45. So I'm gonna just... Okay, I'll move out front. What are y'all thinking?
I'm thinking that Pepper would probably just cast like bless on everyone.
Okay, I like that.
Helpful.
Very helpful.
That is very helpful. That gives us an extra D4, right?
D6.
Is it D6?
We're a low level, so right now it's just a D4.
Oh.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're only level 4.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Now, if you'd like to make it a D6, Pepper will gladly accept that.
No. You're doing great.
But I feel like at the moment, that's kind of all she's capable of doing.
Yeah, I'm going to move out front. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to go ahead and just ready my sear... Oh, I didn't mean to cast it. Well, anyways. I'm going to ready the Searing Smite on my hammer.
Hammer starts to glow.
Yeah.
As you sit there and kind of do the little shake off thing.
We'll jump back and forth.
Yeah. Anybody else moving?
Oh.
Wilbur's just gonna get to. He's just gonna come over here.
Okay, so a square.
Okay.
And he is going to cast mirror image on himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then that'll be it for that's all he's doing this turn.
Okay.
Trying to decide if Pepper would move up. Yeah, maybe a little bit, just because she doesn't want Shout to get too far out of range. So maybe like right here.
Okay. Kara?
I am going to cast Conflagration on him.
Okay.
What is that?
Are you moving at all?
I don't have to.
Okay.
Wait, I might have to. Yeah, I have to. I have to move like right here. So I'm going to stand on this stool table and cast Conflagration at him.
Conflagration, okay.
Yes. I said what I said.
I know.
What does that do?
I don't know what that does. Yeah.
Fire.
It sets him on fire.
Fire springs from the ground within 10 feet of the point. So I'm going to set it between him and his little gobbo friend. And it's 5 foot tall of fire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, girl, if you want to do that, then did you want me to use my action to cast grease around them to make it better?
Well, it's like a 10-foot radius.
Okay.
So,
I didn't know if that would help you at all.
and they have to give me a
Deep
dex
fried.
A dex save. Here we go. He passes the dex save.
Okay.
Okay. What happens? He takes half damage, right? Well, we'll talk about the goblin in a second. Let's talk about him first.
Let me click it again. It went away. No. He doesn't take any damage.
Okay.
Interesting.
As long as he passes the dex save. That's dumb.
Yeah, he passes the dex save, and fire rips up around the goblin and him. He kind of he like throws the table in front of him so that it like pushes more of the fire into the goblin, and the goblin stands there and like watches the fire kind of like burn on his flesh, and he starts to like lick his fingers off a little bit, and he just turns, still on fire, his eyes just kind of like smoking, and like he just talks to Hadock, and he's like, well, it seems that your friends are here to collect on your little issue, and it doesn't look like the bird is gonna come with you. If you live through this, I'll be happy to take you back into my ring. And he taps him on the calf a little bit and goes, but I mean, if you don't, you did wonderful work, Lord Hadock. I hope you enjoyed our bargain. And he walks. Let's see, how far can I move? I move 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah. And he moves down his little way and out. Goblin left. Hadock here. He leaves a little stream of fire behind him as he walks away. Hadock kind of stands there, a little bit dejected, and just shakes his head and goes, I fucking hate that I have to keep making deals. And he just draws his sword and looks at the Ogre King and goes, well, Lord of HARROW SPIRE, you have enemies in your court. Are you going to call for assistance, or is this just going to be you and I? And the ogre, kind of still standing in disbelief at all of this, looks over and goes, fire? The only fire here should be for cooking. And he ignores everything Hadock said, and he will walk up. Let's see here. Was it 5, 15?
Well, I tried to roast
20.
the goblin and the bird.
Trying to cook in a form, yeah.
And Shallot tried to add oil to fry it.
I did. We're trying to stick with the theme.
And he will look down and he will like circle his hand and push it towards Shallot and try and cast command on you and yell for you to kneel.
Okay, what do I have to roll against that?
It's a saving throw of a 13. Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Lord. Come on. Nope.
You have bless.
Oh, okay.
It's only a D4, so even if she used it,
No.
Wouldn't matter.
it wouldn't matter.
As he yells kneel, Shallot would like fall to her knees uncontrollably. And he would say, good, good, good. And then he would gesture, and one of the ogres would look up. Their eyes are just bright yellow. Like you can't, there's nothing to them. And he would cast Cloud Kill in the middle of the room. And nothing will actually happen. He just says Cloud Kill, and then he puts his head back down and starts eating again.
What?
That's what happens.
Hey.
And that makes it Hadock's turn. And Hadock is gonna like sigh and like walk forward a little bit and kind of like think to himself. And he's gonna look at the king and say, what was that? That's not even a spell. You just had him say stuff. And the king is gonna look at him and go, we don't know magic. And Hadock is gonna look terrified and then run out the room.
Oh my god.
But he's gonna go across. So 5, 10, 30, 35. So I actually would get to here. That makes it your turn.
Can we still see him?
Yeah, it's just this is a banister. This thing is a banister. This is downstairs. So you can see him still.
Okay.
Shallot, you have to roll a wisdom save.
Right? 13 again, right? What it was?
Yeah, it's 13.
Okay. You know, gonna use different dice.
Shallot is still kind of like on the ground trying to like get herself up. But the rest of you, by all means.
Pepper would yell at Hadock, are you really not going to offer any answers? Nothing? Not even to me, Hadock? Nothing?
I tried to have you come with me. You were supposed to be here at my side doing this with me.
That is not an answer. You betrayed everybody, and I want to know why. What deal did you make that was so important, Hadock? More important than all of us.
You're gonna find that those beneath you You're not betraying. You just used them.
I think that's going to definitely piss off Pepper. Right? Like, beneath. Like, she's a squire. Like, beneath. I am going to cast... Can I cast Command on Hadock?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like, cool. In her, just, I can't believe this is really happening. Like, I feel like her eyes would, like, give off, like, a red glow, right? And kind of do the whole, you know, you want to talk about beneath you, you know, I can't believe that you did this, sort of this whole righteous, anyway. It's yeah. Let's see. It's a wisdom saving throw of 13.
Wisdom saving throw of 13, huh?
Yes.
He's gonna fail it too, like I did.
Okay, let me see here. Where is Hadock's actual sheet? It really depends on if I have a +2 or a +3. We've been playing Makes It Takes It, so theoretically I'd fail it.
Yes.
Yes, Pepper.
Good job, Pepper.
Right. And so, okay, so Pepper would be like, no, that's not good enough.
What is the command, though? Is it like to kneel? Is it to grovel? Or like you have one word? It's a one-word command.
Right. I'd say truth. Like tell the truth. Like, you know. Can I do that? Or do I Is it convoluted?
I will say that if you have him do that, it's not going to stop me from keeping moving.
Oh.
You see, command, if you, like, the reason Shallot can't move is because I told her to kneel.
Yeah.
So if you were to say, like, kneel or grovel or like, man, maybe if you were, like, to yell confess, maybe that would be something he has to stop to do. Maybe, I guess, if you wanted to do something like that. I can't imagine him having to speak and not move at the same time. So you have to pick which one you want out of this situation.
Yeah, okay, we can do that. I like confess.
Okay.
You know, yes, that'll work.
I think that he'd, like, hit the banister and, like, he'd go weak for a second. And he'd look at you. And again, through the command, he would just say, The kingdom at war is easier to take pieces of than a kingdom at peace. We found a way to just disrupt any empire through these goblins. I'm gonna bring all of them to their knees. Through plague.
Wow.
While Pepper's having her existential crisis.
I appreciate
Tara's gonna
Right. I was like,
That's a lot.
to hear. And she's gonna cast Thorn Whip on Hadock.
Okay. Roll it.
That's a 12.
To hit?
Yeah.
Did
Absolutely
you have
not.
your bless?
Yeah.
That was your bless?
Did you do it with advantage because he can't move?
No, I didn't know I had advantage.
Well, yeah, when somebody is
So 14.
14 is not his AC either. Sorry.
See? So it wasn't much better.
Yeah. As the thorn whip goes past him, though, he would say, "This was just a warm up on a really, really shitty empire. The next one's the big one." He smiles.
While that's happening, 2 water blasts are gonna fly right past his head because a 9 and an 8 definitely don't hit.
Yep. The Lord of HARROW will be like, "Shitty? What? This is my kingdom!" He's gonna freak out, and I will cast Shatter on the room. As he shakes the whole room. So everybody needs to give me a dexterity saving throw, except for Shallot, who will take the damage.
Oh. I rolled an 18.
I rolled a 3.
You like 3s.
You like
I
3s.
guess.
That is 14 points of thunder damage for anybody who failed.
What was the
Shallot.
number?
And Shallot.
It's 11.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I need to roll for Hadock. Oh no, I don't. Hadock fails it too because he's being commanded. Excuse me. Hadock takes 14 points. I have to roll for Sage. And Sage is fine.
Is he gonna pop out and do something?
He's moving around the board. He has to walk.
So nobody notices him.
That's right.
Get into position. I like it.
All right. Is this still the same turn?
Yeah, it's still the same. It's theoretically it's going to be Haddock's turn next, unless you have a bonus action to do for your thing.
I do. It's a spiritual weapon.
Yeah, give me your bonus action then. Go ahead.
Yay. So it's going to be like a giant like talon, like from like the bird, the predator bird, to be like, "I'll show you." Right? Like
I can be a predator too.
Nice.
Not on an 8.
Hi. That was another 3. I don't like 3s anymore.
All right, Haddock is going to go. I got to roll for
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. I got an 18. Haddock will start to snap out of it, and I will have Sage take the action that he was withholding, and Sage will tackle him down the stairs. And I've already rolled for both of them, so they both go colliding down the stairs with each other. And you guys now have the king to fucking worry about, or you can just run past him and go down the stairs. It's up to you all.
I still have to roll a wisdom saving throw.
So yeah, Pepper would definitely be like, stand out of the way.
Oh. The king just used Shatter on everybody. And the king will say, No, enough of this. You've ruined my dinner. You've ruined my banquet. I'm sure you all are the ones causing issues. And I was supposed to get to eat more of these, what are they called? Elves. And none of them are here. And he's just angry.
So,
I love the little ruler. It comes up. Like, what range is this motherfucker in?
Yeah, it's just like, okay.
This is like, again, the first time I get to be pissed off with Pepper.
Yeah, no, go for it. Have fun. It is your all's turn. Roll your wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. You know what? Okay. All right, come on, Bless. Do something for me this time. Come on.
That time we swapped it from a 3 to a 2.
Are we still under command?
I rolled a 12.
Oh wait, did I
You got
even need to roll the
you got
wisdom save?
That I got a 10, and then the Bless gave me a +2.
This is like Baldur's Gate all over again.
Can we just canonically say that while she's down, she's having like an existential crisis? Like, Paprika, I can't do this. I'm not meant to be here. I'm not meant to be a leader.
Yeah. You're talking to yourself, and you're like digging your fingers into the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
I was like, man, that Bless could have got me, but, you know, it is what it is.
Okay.
Sarah is going to cast fairy fire on the king.
Okay. That's what kind of saving throw?
Let me find it. It's a dex save.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna fail that, I'm sure. I rolled a 9.
Oh, well, he had to beat a 13, so.
Okay, well,
He
there it
starts
is.
glowing this navy blue color,
Interesting.
because I can't remember what color I used before.
Okay, and Pepper's going to cast Dissonant Whispers. It's a wisdom saving throw of a 13. So she's just going to be like, I told you to move!
Yeah, I passed it.
Oh, sucks. I think, let's see, on a fail save, let's see. On a fail save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately move creature. Doesn't. On a successful, target takes half as much damage and doesn't move away. So half as much. So half of 9. Want to do 4?
5 is fine.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna hit him with a water jet, and that is a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Nice.
So he takes 13 damage, and he gets knocked back 10 feet, and his speed is reduced by 10 feet.
He cannot be knocked back.
Okay, well, his speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Yep.
And as it gets hit by this blast, it's just going to look like he's drenched in, like, the water starting to accumulate on him. So he's just kind of slowed down.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then I'm hitting with Spiritual Weapon
Alright.
as a bonus action. And so that was a 21 to hit.
Yep.
He's going to take an additional 10 points of damage.
Wow.
Y'all go. See, y'all don't even need me.
Kara?
I did the fairy fire, but then I'm going to move up here.
Nice, nice. Okay.
And that's it.
He will move 15 to there. Going to like lean forward and be like, enough! And he will like hit the ground with his leg and be right here and cast Thunderstep.
Oh. Okay.
So I need the two of you to make a Constitution saving throw. And it is on a 13.
Well, I got a 4, so...
Okay.
Constitution saving throw. 6.
Okay.
These dice don't like me tonight.
They don't like me neither.
I'm going with because we're level 4.
Yeah.
And then like all of our stats have like -1.
You both will take 6 thunder damage.
Wilbur looks incredibly beat up.
And then he'll just kind of like stomp around, and you'll realize that this isn't magic he's doing. It's like every time he does something is like very, very off about it. It's almost like he's throwing a tantrum and stuff is happening. It's not like it's not his magic. Like he's not casting the magic.
It's wild magic.
But that is your turn. As he is doing that though, Shallot, since you actually it'd be Kara. You're the only one who can. Kara, I'm guessing you're looking at the room.
Yeah.
Please give me a Arcana or a Perception check.
Perception is higher.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter because I rolled an 8.
As he's doing something, when he does something, one of the ogres looks up and then goes back to what it's doing. That makes it your all's turn now.
All right, wisdom saving throw again.
I want to hold an action.
Okay.
I want to hold a firebolt for when one of the ogres looks up.
All right.
Wilbur's gonna go invisible. Because he needs to not be hit again. And Wilbur's gonna take his movement while invisible and get about to here. And just ready a dodge action.
Okay.
Isn't like command like a concentration based
Nope.
spell?
No.
Nope. I thought about that because I have an attack that gives disadvantage on concentration spells.
No, command is utterly annoying.
Yes, it is. Some people get entire kingdoms from it, but you know.
I'm not getting no, I'm not getting a kingdom from it.
That's wild.
That is.
I have so many things to say, and there's so much to unpack there. But let's worry about the king.
Yeah. Okay. She's holding that. You're running. You're stuck. Pepper, it is on you.
That is a very good question. Because the range is only like 30 feet.
He's right next to you.
I meant for like healing.
Oh.
So I guess Wilbur, you said you looked pretty bad. Charlotte, did you take any damage yet?
Nope, just been kneeling here. Well, I'm at 14 out of 28, but I'm just still kneeling here, just hanging out.
Okay. So I'm gonna cast. How does that work? Oh nope, it says that's too long. My fault.
And
That's not.
unfortunately, I don't know that you'd be able to heal me because I am currently invisible, so you cannot see me.
Well, I was gonna cast Prayer of Healing, which is like a,
You have to
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
no.
You
but
have to
it
do that before
takes
combat.
10 minutes to cast, so we can't use that.
Yeah.
Before combat thing.
But I do have Preserve Life, which is the Channel Divinity,
That'll work.
and that's a 30-foot radius. Choose any creature and divide the
Yeah,
points
that'll work.
amongst you guys. It's only 20 points in total.
Give him more.
Wilbur is very squishy.
Give him more.
Sure. Okay. So what? You take 2, I take 2, and we give him 16.
That works.
Yeah.
It's fine with me.
I mean, I'm fine. I've got 3 HP.
Give him more.
He's
I'll take the 2.
good.
I just say okay.
Give him the 16. That's fine.
Yeah. So are you cool with that? 16?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Good heal.
That's a very good heal. Good job, Pepper.
Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I still have my spiritual weapon.
Okay. Remember, it has advantage to hit.
I got a nat 20. So that is a 25 and 15 points of damage.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Wow, that is really good. The claw rakes into him, and he goes, ah, 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 ah.
Right.
And as he does
Yo,
that,
back off.
you readied an action.
Mhm.
The ogre closest to you on the left looks up towards the king.
This one.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at him.
Okay.
I like that.
Roll to hit with advantage because the fairy fire.
That's a dirty 20.
Sorry. Yes, that hits. Damage?
Shitting me. 1 point of damage.
Okay, so it hits him and he goes and the king does not gain health back.
I'm gonna need you to talk about that part.
In fact, as it hits him, the king's hair kind of sizzles a little bit.
Oh. So damaging them, I guess, is also damaging him. Maybe.
And I guess that would make me have to roll. 'Cause it's that one. Which turn are we on? Yeah, I would. Hold on. And Shallot, you can make a wisdom saving throw now if you like.
Great.
Please get above a 13. It's been
I
like
got a nat 20, you guys.
All right. On your turn,
Yeah, she's free.
on your turn, you can just take your turn normally.
Oh, thank God.
The king is now going to swing on Pepper, just bear punching her. I rolled a 15 to hit.
Yes. AC is 14.
And it will do 1 point of fire damage.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Bet.
And you all can put all of that together yourselves.
Kara's gonna yell, "Are we killing the king or are we killing the eaters? Because they're keeping him alive."
All right, let's go for the eaters. That's what I was thinking too. So it's our turn
Yep.
now? Okay, great.
Okay.
Shallot's gonna climb her way across this little table to go for this guy.
Are you hitting him in close combat?
That's all I've got.
Oh, great. Yeah, when you hit him, roll to hit and everything. You have advantage.
Okay.
Wrong one.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is 4 plus 6 plus. These aren't undead or fiends, correct?
Nope.
All right, so Shallot swings on him and does 23 damage.
Okay. As you swing, did you put a smite into it?
Yes, I had a Searing Smite and then I did a Divine Smite too.
As you swing and your Searing Smite connects with his jaw, his whole body just crumples and caves in and kind of melts into itself as it's just large pieces of fat being held up by what used to be bones. But now the bones are more like cartilage and malleable and like I said, they couldn't lift themselves from this table. They're just eating at this point. Their bones have like cracked and moved to where they could get more down their gullet at the same time. And you would notice that in his mouth and pieces all around him are little shreds of that same poster you saw earlier of the goblin circus or thing. And the table itself is covered in different ruins and carvings where you see their fingers. They carved like their own names into the table itself, and it just is a hideous display. Like his fingernails are gone as he's eaten through them, and he just collapses dead. What kind of damage was it?
It was a combination of bludgeoning.
Can you break it down?
Oh, yes. So it was 4 bludgeoning.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm trying to look back through my thing. Sorry.
No worries.
That's scary. Have you always been able to do that?
It was 4 bludgeoning, 13 radiant, and then the rest was fire.
Okay.
That was
So 7 fire.
6 fires. Yeah, 6 fire, 7 fire.
6 fire? Okay.
6 fire.
Okay. Alright. That's Shallot's turn.
Guys, I got one.
Yeah, clearly.
I'm gonna hit
Yeah,
the
that was
first one
terrifying.
with a firebolt. Just smack it, I guess.
Same one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that sucked. That was a 7.
Yeah, it misses. Sorry. It goes a little bit wide and hits the table.
I am going to cast Guard on myself. And let me see what that is first. Wow, that is a 1 point. Okay. And then I'm going to use Spiritual Weapon to... We'll attack the far right guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. That is a 9.
Nah. Spiritual weapon kind of goes, and as it swings, he like digs deeper into the table, kind of pulls a piece of the table up itself and eats it.
But
More fiber, I guess.
You doing anything, Wilbur?
Oh, let's see. I want to. How messed up is this one? Or has this one in front of me taken any damage?
No.
Okay. Well, cool. Then that's exactly what we're gonna do. Uh, let's do this. So an 18 to hit the one in front of me?
Yep.
Okay. And then that's 5 damage, and then he gets launched back 10 feet. So I was hoping he would smack into the other one and knock them both prone.
Nah, they can't be
Or at
moved.
least, oh, they can't be moved. All right, dang. All right.
He takes 5 damage. What kind?
It is bludgeoning damage.
All right.
I'm sorry, force damage.
Oh, okay.
I was about to be super dumb and be like, it's water damage. Duh.
It's force damage.
Right, though.
Obviously.
Obviously. All right. Y'all's turn over?
Yeah.
Cool. The king is going to like run over you, Peppa, and go to swing on Shallot. Peppa, please make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I don't get an opportunity attack here. This is a dex saving throw.
It's a dex saving throw as he basically just moves through you, and you can make your opportunity attack afterwards.
He just barely.
Okay. That is a 7 for the dex save.
Okay, you would take 5 force damage.
Okay. All right. But I still have the guard on, so I would -1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna swing on Shallot. He like pulls his fist up and goes, "Stop!" and slams it down on you. And as he's slamming it down, his like hand glows red, and it slams into the table like right where you're at. It was a 18 to hit.
Yep.
It would do 4 bludgeoning, 13 radiant, and 6 fire.
What?
4 bludgeoning.
13 radiant and 6 fire.
Shallot's unconscious.
It did exactly how much Shallot did to the other guy. Back to Shallot.
Shallot just crumbles on the table.
Shallot!
Shallot, I need you to also roll me a D12.
Okay. A 3.
You take a permanent scar from this. You can decide what that is in your leisure and let us know afterwards.
Okay.
But yeah, and as he does that, the radiant recoil hits him, and he kind of like shrugs his face because it's very bright. So my king will be blinded for the turn.
Does that mean we have advantage on attack rolls?
You'd have that anyway from Fairy Fire. It just means he has disadvantage to hit you next turn.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so what are the...
You still have an opportunity attack.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I rolled like a 7 on talents because it has to be melee.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is why I didn't
Especially
bring it.
Warcaster, it has to be melee.
Right, and I don't have Warcaster.
That's okay. Okay, it's your all's turn.
Pretty sure I don't do.
So I get to roll a death saving throw.
Yes, please.
Right?
Huh?
It's a D20, right?
Yes, it's a D20.
Well, I mean, it's our turn, so I would cast, Spare the Dying. Yeah.
But
You touch. It says I touch, so I actually have to be closer.
Just gotta
So I
kind
would
of
have
push
to
through his
start.
fat. You know,
You're
get over
supposed
it.
to hit them.
So yeah, she would kind of have to like move around.
Yep.
But yeah, I would cast that, which touch a living creature that has 0 hit points. The creature becomes stable.
Mhm.
So in theory, you wouldn't have to roll death saving throws.
okay, so I would just mark off messes, basically.
Right. So you're not up because it's not a healing thing, but you don't have to. You're just basically unconscious until
Okay.
I can heal you. And then I still have spiritual weapon. Let's attack the same guy that we previously did. I think. Yes. Okay, and that was an 8. I don't understand what's happening here. We said we get a what you call it?
It's advantage.
Advantage, yeah.
Advantage. Okay.
They can't move, so.
Yes, a 21.
All
God,
right.
thank God for advantage. And that is 8 points of damage.
What kind? Radiant.
I would assume.
I don't know if it said what kind of damage.
If it's spiritual weapon, it's either radiant or necrotic. It's your choice.
Oh. Well, she would definitely choose radiant over necrotic.
There you go. When you hit that guy, he crumbles in on himself the same way it kind of did with amethysts, and he just kind of becomes like this puddle of ogre on the ground. It is terribly bloody, and it is all the good stuff. I would need you to roll on your table, please.
Check. $14.
Yeah, 14. You kind of hold it together. I think you're more angry about everything than anything else.
Probably.
The king's ears start to smoke, and he just looks sluggish, and again he's blinded, and there's a lot, and then there's these little like carvings in his chest start to light up. Wilbur, do you have anything to do?
I'm just gonna keep working on this guy in front of me. Since it looks like taking these guys down is the plan of action. That's another 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And 12 force damage.
12, okay.
And then
it is the same thing. It crumbles in on itself, and the force kind of like splatters it across the room a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
One left, guys.
Yes. And
Yep,
Kara
and
is
that-
going to sprint across the room.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And as she's sprinting, this sword of fire comes from her hand as she jabs it in because I rolled a 24 to hit this guy for 8 fire damage.
Okay.
Nice.
And she's
Nice.
just
We were
going
just gonna kind of move up around this way.
stab him through his face.
Yeah, you put all this fire at him, and he just looks up at you for a moment, and then just kind of like pushes his face back down on the food, trying to keep eating as best as he can. He looks very messed up. The king is starting to like shine. He is gonna swing wildly once at our spare the dying body. So you take 1 death saving throw failure.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna swing once at Peppa with disadvantage. I rolled a 3 for that, so he just swings wildly. 1, he just kind of collides with Shallot. The other one, he misses Peppa. It's your all's turn.
Okay, well, I'm definitely casting a healing spell. You get 8 health points back. And
If it's 8 health hit point, whatever. What?
I'm sorry, say it again.
You said what about hit
8
points?
You get 8 hit points back, yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I need him to make a DC 13 strength saving throw as Wilbur takes his staff and around the Ogre King and forms a globe of water around his face and tries to drown him.
Strength saving throw. 7, 8, 9, 10. I rolled an 11.
Okay, so an orb of water forms around his head. He has disadvantage on attack rolls and perception checks, or anything that would require him to be able to see or hear to accomplish. And he takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage now and at the start of each one of his turns.
Oh, roll the 2d8. Uh-oh. This is a big roll. I'm gonna let you know.
So he takes 5 damage total of bludgeoning damage.
Man, he looks just on the edge. Let me tell you. He's like just at this point, like he's flailing around.
Okay, in that case.
Peppa went.
Definitely not that one.
You have spiritual weapons still, Peppa. And then Kara, it's your turn as well. Kara.
16 hit.
16. Who are you trying to hit?
The boss.
Oh, the king?
Mm-hmm.
His AC 17. Okay, Kara, it's your turn.
So she swings and misses with her sword.
Yeah.
But she's going to she's going to release the sword and throw it as a firebolt into him.
Okay.
And that was a 15 to hit.
Yep.
And that's 9 damage.
9. Okay. So the last one crumbles in and goes out, and the king just kind of slumps over and starts to cough up. And you'd watch this orb of water start to fill with blood and just bile and everything that he has been eating for the past week as it starts to like bubble over. And you guys are close by, and if this bubble can pop, it's going to be just a slow tidal wave, like a faucet that won't end of just stuff coming out of out of his body. So this is where combat ends. Congrats.
This orb of water is staying around his head until I am sure I am out of the splash zone.
What are you doing from here? This is a you've got to react quickly to run away from this type of thing.
Carol, yeah, running towards the steps.
Yeah, me too. That's where I would be heading to see what happened with Sage and Hadock.
Yeah, we're just following off to check on Sage.
Okay.
Definitely away from the blast. Like I feel like if I felt Shallot was slower, I'd scoop her up and like we'd be, like booking.
Nice. You get to the stairs. The stairs are the same kind of stairs as the other ones, except for these are straight down, and they go further. They're gonna go down into a cellar that is part of like the stonework of this mountain. and it's dark. Does anybody have a light?
I wish.
Firebolt.
I think we may have had lights, but all of our stuff got taken though initially.
Right.
So it's not like we would have any of our gear or anything.
So on the way down, I guess you could firebolt like one of the things on the walls and take a torch with you. So who's holding the torch?
I guess
I'll
me.
hold it because I can hold it in my offhand and hold my staff with the other.
Okay, great. So Wilbur, you push this torch down, and at the bottom of the stairs, you just see, like feathers and blood that trail off down this corridor.
Is it bright enough for everyone else to see?
I could cast Thaumaturgy on it to cause the flames to brighten.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Then
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just hold it out in front of me.
Yeah, she does that, and it
Everyone can get a
becomes
good view.
perfect. Yeah, you can see, and it's down this hallway. The hallway is lined with like this is where like they kept like wine and cider and the drinks. This is like the wine cellar that leads back into just other parts of like the dwarven remains of this place.
Mm.
And like I said, there's blood and feathers and drag marks. You can see where there's definitely a fight here.
So,
I guess we
even
just-
seeing this, are we still proceeding?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Charlotte would slowly be bringing up the rear.
Are we? Was anybody?
Everyone eyes peeled. I don't want to end up like whatever this thing was.
Is anybody healing? Is anybody doing anything on the
Yeah,
as
if
we
someone
walk?
can heal Wilbur will definitely take any extra potions or health items you may have.
Yes. Would this be the time to do like the prayer of healing circle thingy?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Everybody gets 22 health points.
Oh, thank you. God, yes.
Kara's gonna wild shape into a panther. And
That's cool.
she can smell Hadock.
Mm-hmm. You definitely can.
Awesome. But can I find where he is?
Straight ahead. I mean, you're following his scent. It's his blood on the ground.
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I'm not worried about Sage. If there's not a dead body, I'm not worried about him.
Fair.
You guys push past some of the cider, past a dead mouse with a name badge on him, past some other stuff going on. Just extra. You can hear chanting upstairs above you. There's like, so as it happens, the sound's getting deeper and brighter, and there's almost like what is it? Like dust and dirt falling from the ceiling, and you push out into this opening, and in front of you are caravans and like tents being taken down of this large carnival. And I would need you to roll a survival check to continue to follow the thing, but you'd have advantage with our little panther.
You need all of us to roll survival, or
No, I need her to roll it. I need Kara to roll a survival check to keep tracking them.
It's a
You have it.
14.
You have advantage with it, though. You said a 14?
Mhm.
So you guys kind of wind around these goblins, which are pretty much like completely ignoring you guys. And you get to this main tent that is like partially taken down. It's got bright yellow and blue stripes coming off of it. It looks like a carnival tent, like one that like a circus tent even. That people would, you know what I mean? Like a traveling like Barnum and Bailey circus type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the big flap is closed, but there are goblins off the side like taking down the side pieces. But this is the only circus tent that is still almost all the way up. And you'd have to, and the droplets of blood go into this tent.
That's where we're going.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we're here for.
Right.
Yeah.
You push into the tent, and it's a long walk down. These are like the seats. There's like 10 or 15 rows set up. The middle looks like where you like make the tiger like jump through the hoop type of thing. You know what I mean? There's a little box set up, and on top of the box is a little creature sitting here cutting an apple. You'd recognize him as the goblin from before. And he is like peeling an apple with a knife. And he is kind of like discarding the peels to the side. And he looks up and goes, we're not really hiring right now.
That's
Great.
good.
We didn't want to work here.
Exactly.
Oh, good. Well, then, have a good day. We're closed.
Where is Hadock?
Who?
The bird.
I don't know who that is. And he keeps peeling his apple.
It was the same goblin as the one we saw upstairs before, right?
Yeah, this is the same one. It's
Right. I'm like, no, yes, you do. Where's the bird?
So how far away is he from us?
60 feet, maybe.
Perfect. Because you're gonna see Pepper's eyes glow red again, and she's gonna cast command. Be like, where is Hadock? You will answer me.
Roll a wisdom
And
saving throw.
wisdom of 13.
Yeah, roll a wisdom saving throw.
I have to roll a wisdom saving throw?
Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna have this conversation. Okay.
Oh, no.
That is a nat 20 for 25.
Cool.
She said that.
You say it and it hits, and like you watch as this magic like washes over him, and he stops cutting his apple, and he looks up and goes and looks back at you and kind of like giggles. The same like from before. Takes a bite out of his apple and tastes it and goes, you know, what's funny about fruit is that everybody loves to like eat them whole, like apples and pears, but like the citrus ones you pull the skin off of first, you know, to get to the meat of it. And I'm just saying, like, pulling the skin off the apple is the same thing. Nobody really wants the skin from the apple. It's the meat of the apple that's the best. And he takes another bite out of this apple.
Pepper's gonna yell, Hadock.
Charlotte would reach over and try to grab him by the shirt and be like, we said, where's the bird? I don't care about your fruit.
You've got a bird right there. And he's just going to point to Pepper.
She would shake him. You know what I'm talking about.
As you shake him, he starts to like get longer and bigger. And it starts to like distort. And his little wings come out a little bit. And he's got these big he's got like this big skeleton face as bones. And he looks down at you and goes, Hadock is in the back. Let go of my shirt and let me eat my apple.
You should like push him like
Yeah, I would just shove him down. Be like, all right, great, thank you, finally, God, you
As
were you.
as you
Bye.
shove him, he falls back into his seat and he starts laughing as a goblin again. He's like, ah, tell my patron that if he's alive again, he needs to clean up the tent when he's done. He just goes back to eating his apple.
That was
Okay.
incredible.
I think that I would need Phantom
Mm-hmm.
to roll a charisma saving throw as you pass by this gentleman.
19.
You don't have to act on it. But man, there's an intense urge to try and take this guy's head off. But you know that it's not something you can do. But you've never felt like this is beyond you, if you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is, and I think that the air between them would become almost solid. Like you could cut the tension with a knife. This is hatred. This is like vicious, primordial, like just pure hatred between these two things. As this goblin kind of looks up, and you can see the skull kind of pull away from, like, the skin pull away to make the skull eyes around him. And he says, "Oh, I see you." And takes the last bite of his apple. And then stands up and goes, "I can see you." And just kind of smiles, this huge toothy grin that slowly Cheshire, like becomes like that Cheshire smile that goes on forever into the darkness.
We'll just kind of give him an eye and be like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's just going to keep on walking.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's completely going to disregard this entire interaction.
There's little tiny blood spots on the floor. Now there's drag marks. And you would smell sage on the floor as well. As you go further back. There's only one more curtain to push through. You push past the flap, and Hadock is in the back currently trying to drink a potion and like patch up himself, and his armor is off. He's trying to like patch it up as quick as he can. He's doing his best to like basically heal himself.
How much distance is between me and him?
Less than 30 feet. This is a small room. Huh?
At least 20?
Yeah. This
Cool,
is a small room.
I'm going to pounce on him, and he needs a DC 12 strength save.
Yeah.
Okay, I make it, though. That was good, though.
That's fine. He's still got a panther on him, and I
Yep.
can take a bite.
Yep.
Action. Which is going to be a 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah, you hit him. He doesn't have his armor on right now.
Where is the damage for the hit? There it goes. It's a whole 5 damage, but he has a panther on him, and
That is usually not a good thing.
Usually not.
You said 5?
Mhm.
Okay. Hadock, as he like as you pounce on him, he like grabs you like you would like a large like animal by kind of like the throat, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" He's like, "Why? Why are there more animals now?" And like he like holds the sword to your neck and tries to like stand with like his arm like this and the sword pushing up against your neck. And then you take a bite out of his arm. And like he looks up and sees you all, and he goes, "God, you mean the Ogre King couldn't even do one thing?" And he's gonna like, I'm gonna try and have him just shove you away. But if you're gonna try and strength check me or whatever, I'll grapple you. So it's your choice.
I will absolutely grapple with it.
Okay, so let's strength check each other then.
Yeah.
Oh god, the dice went away. I got an 18.
I can see it from here. It's a 1.
Do I need to do athletics or strength?
It's up to you. You could do acrobatics as well if you're trying to get away from it. But if you're trying to like check him with it, then it would be either a strength or athletics.
Let me roll this one. I rolled a 14.
Okay. So they go back and forth for a second, and then he turns her around and like basically puts the knife to her neck. So that it's like pushing against the panther's neck. And he looks tired. Like this dude looks like he has been through it. And he looks at Shallot. He looks at Pepper. And he goes, "You chose to come after me instead of save Sage."
We didn't.
Save.
We were following the trail that led down here. We didn't see Sage. We assumed we're still tangling with you.
He just laughs and goes, Oh, good. Fuck that lizard."
What do you mean?
I mean, he's at the beginning of the tent. All you have to do is go back to where the people sit. He's on the 3rd row. Oh yeah, I got a good knock off of him before I came back here to heal. He pushes the dagger in a little bit further into the panther's neck.
Look, buddy, you've already lost. We took care of King Guy back there. Whoever it is you made your bargain with obviously isn't here to help you.
I don't need help. I won this. Sage is dead. I killed Paprika. I mean, my poison killed her. Let's be real. I don't see Gravlax anywhere. I'm assuming he's off somewhere dying. I kill this panther, and then what? I cut you 3 down?
Like you could.
Is that what you think is about to happen? I believed in you more than anyone else here. I defended you more than anyone else here.
And you made choices, and they were the wrong ones. You should be standing here.
And while he's saying that and focused and looking at Pepper, Wilbur's going to go invisible.
Okay.
Pepper.
He's going to push the knife just slightly up further. I'm going to draw 2 points of damage from you.
Okay.
And he's just going to say, look, leave, go save your friend. He's still breathing. He's not going to be very much longer. All of my knives are poisoned. So it's me or Sage. What are we doing?
Wilbur's, while Invisible's going to move around to his side and get like right up next to him. And as he's saying that, I rolled a 22 to hit, and I'm just going to try to launch. So if that 22 hits, he's going to get hit by a blast of water in his side out of nowhere and be sent flying 10 feet in the opposite direction. Drop away from our panther friend.
Okay. So you're going to hit him, and as a reaction, I'm going to dig this knife into her neck.
Okay.
20 with advantage to hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I roll silvery barbs as a reaction?
That's a good idea.
It's a 21 with advantage to hit.
Still hits.
Okay, so you're telling me my silvery barbs was useless? Check.
It wasn't just. I had advantage to hit, so it wasn't useless. It just. I'll. That was a good roll. I'm pretty sure I pull you out of panther form.
Oh, probably.
Okay. I can't do more than your panther form's worth of damage, though, right? Is that how your
No.
form works?
Anything extra goes on to me.
Okay. It's a 19 piercing,
Okay.
and he goes. He gets launched. You said.
He gets launched back 10 feet, and his movement speed is reduced by 10 feet, so he can't really get away.
Okay. So he hits the
And
side.
I'm
He hits
watching
the side
him
of the tent.
Yep.
Hits the side of the tent, and he doesn't go prone exactly because he can't be prone, but he can be launched. So he drops the dagger, leaves it inside her. Kind of looks up and goes, watches her change back, and he goes, "You guys, okay, fine." And he just stands up and pulls it and like puts his claws out, and we'll roll initiative.
Okay.
Wilbur's going to be standing over Kara now that she's transformed back. And he's just going to have that knife.
Someone needs to check on Kara, though, because he said all of his knives are poisoned, and I don't really want to...
Right, which is why Wilbur's standing in front of her, so one of y'all can come up behind and, like,
But someone
check
needs
her
to
out.
also do a check on Sage.
Because my mirror image is still up, so, like, there's still... I just came out of being invisible, but there's still 4 of me.
So back and let's roll initiative, guys. Hadock with a 14.
I definitely got an 8.
Wilbur's got a 6. Continuing with the trend of numbers below 10 today.
I know.
9. 3. Oh, guys.
All right. So Haddock's just gonna look. Like you said, he pulled his claws out, and he's just gonna take 2 swipes at Wilbur, since he's the one up in front. What do I gotta roll to get to your your mirror image?
So my mirror image, the first one is a 10, which redirects it to one of the clones. So what's the second attack? I had to roll I have 3 duplicates. The first one I had to roll a 6 or higher to change the attack to a duplicate. I got a 10. So the next one I've got to roll an 8 or higher, and the third one I've got to roll an 11 or higher if I want the attack to go to a clone instead of me.
Oh, okay. So, I got a 14 and a 16 to hit. Just
okay. So yeah, if they hit, let me see. So it is. Both of them hit me and ignore the illusions.
Very cool. So it's
Well,
gonna
if
be.
I see that, I'm gonna ready my reaction to like put my shield in front to intercept some of the damage.
So it's gonna be 6 damage because it's 3 damage from each hit plus the 1d6, so 12 damage, 12 piercing damage from his claws.
All right, so I'm gonna reduce 7 of it.
Okay. And that ends his turn. As a bonus action, he basically uses a superiority die to use evasive step, or evasive footwork. That's what it's called. So you have disadvantage to hit him this turn. But on your turn, Kara, please roll me a Constitution saving throw.
All of us or just him?
Just Kara.
No, I meant disadvantage.
Oh, everybody who strikes at him this turn.
Okay.
That's not good.
That's not good. That doesn't look good. What'd you get?
I didn't
That's
see the
not
number
good.
pop up.
That was a whole nat 1.
Oh.
Oh no.
Kara is out. So Kara passes out on the floor below Wilbur. And he looks down and goes, that was a lot quicker than normal. Are you sure you all don't want to go check on Sage? It's still your three's turn though.
Is she just rolling death saving throws?
No, she's just passed out.
Can I use another 5 of my lay on hands to neutralize the poison? That's my action.
Okay.
So at least she's like stabilized on that regard.
Right. So I feel like Pepper would like run up to like touch her as well, just to make sure she's okay. And she's gonna kind of just like look over to Hadock and be like, I looked up to you, right? And she's gonna cast the spiritual weapon and try and swing on him.
Mm-hmm. As you swing on him,
we have. Okay, go ahead.
As you swing on him with that and saying that, he's gonna say, "Well, you should have learned from me, because right now you're being weak."
So I got a nat 20.
Fucking hell.
Oh, wait, but I have to roll again though, don't I?
No. Oh, wait, was that a nat 20 with disadvantage?
No, that was just
okay, yeah, one more. Roll again.
It's a 13.
That's his AC currently. You hit.
Yes. Still think the nat 20 was better. I was like, yes, and I was like, oh crap, right, disadvantage.
Yeah.
All right. So that's 5 points of damage.
Okay, 5.
Right. So her spiritual weapon is like a huge, it's a talon, right? Like, the birds of prey he's always talking about.
Yeah.
And it's just, she's just gonna be like, I looked up to you, right? Like I thought I wanted to be just like you, and I believed that I could have done anything. And then this is what you think birds of prey are? This is who you wanted me to become?
Someone stronger than you? Yes. You should have become something stronger. Look at you.
I was already strong. And I didn't know it. But I know it now. And you will for once feel what it's like to truly be attacked by a bird of prey. To be the prey that you always were.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Wilbur?
Oh, okay. I wanted to give you your moment. Let you go.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Wilbur's gonna be like, that's right. And he's gonna take his staff and he's just gonna kind of lift straight up in the air, and he's gonna cast a terror spike again and rip a giant not pointy to puncture him, but almost kind of like a gut punch, just like an earthen spike up straight into his chest. And he needs to make a DC 13 deck save.
I fail it on a 10.
He takes 27 damage, 27 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Wow. All right.
And he's not, since Kara's down below him, he's just gonna take another step forward, and he's like, I'm not gonna let you hurt anybody else, and he's just gonna stand there with his staff out, and he's just gonna continue standing over Kara while everyone else does what they need to do. But that'll be his turn.
Okay. Does that make it Haddock's turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Haddock takes a ton of damage that round and gets told off by Pepper. And he kind of he picks himself up and he looks at his claws, and for a moment there's like a flash and you almost can see that goblin smile again start to wrap around him, and he starts to talk, and he looks up and he just fine, and he goes, I guess we can't do this the nice way, and he'll pump 2 Eldritch Blasts into Wilbur.
Jesus.
Above a 20 and a 12 to hit.
Okay, what order did you roll?
I rolled the above a 20 first and the 12 second.
Okay. The above a 20 hits me, the 12 does not. The 12 hits one of the clones.
All right. That is 6 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And as the final thing, I'll just whip a dart at Pepper. It's gonna look like one of his like he goes like that, and it just looks like a silver piece of like a thin needle just rips out from below his where his wings are. A 14 to hit.
14 is her AC.
Okay, and then you would take 1 piercing damage, and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
And a con save. 9.
You two will take an extra 4 poison damage.
Bet.
And you are poisoned. But that's the end of his turn.
Cool. So she's definitely gonna rip that out, just like a full-on beast mode. Just pull it out and toss it to the ground. And she's going to first. We're gonna cast Gust of Wind, right? Just kind of like scream out, like Hadock, like, and like with her arm wing thing, just. And that is a strength saving throw of 13.
No. I fail it.
So each creature strength saving push 15 feet away from you.
His back is up against the wall of the tent.
I was trying to see if I don't think it actually does any damage.
Doesn't, just pushes him.
Bonus action on each of your turns before the spell ends, you can change the direction. Okay, so he's up against the tent. And we're going to use Spiritual Weapon again.
Yep.
And that's a 10.
Nope. You guys?
We don't have advantage on him anymore.
You didn't have you don't have disadvantage on him.
Right. That's what it was.
You doing anything, Shallot? Oh, and will you make me a Constitution saving throw there, Kara?
I thought Charlotte neutralized the poison.
I was like, even though I neutralized
I just want to see if you get up.
Oh.
I was like, can I just give the help action and stand her up?
Oh, yeah, you can just get her up.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to do with my turn. It's like, Wilbur used his last major spell slot, so now he's going to get Kara up to make sure you're good. Pat you on the back.
Yep.
Be like, come on. Up. We've got a bastard to kill.
Yeah, she would, since Shout was there neutralizing the poison too, she would help Kara stand up and be like, "Are you okay? Are you good? Do you feel okay?"
How many of those neutralized poisons do you have left, by the way? Just
I still have 15 in my lay on hands pool, so I can pump another 5 into, um, Pepper over here. We're just, just laying hands on everybody today. Just neutralizing. And
And
you
as
are
Wilbur
blessed.
helps,
You are blessed.
as Wilbur helps Kara stand up, he's gonna kind of whisper and just kind of like mumble, really kind of awkwardly, like, "Sorry for getting you stabbed."
Aw.
I was trying to help. I'm sorry. And he's just,
She's gonna grin a little bit, a little shaky. KFC's still up, right?
See? Yes.
Cool, because she's gonna like toss a firebolt at him as she takes off running back towards the main part of the tent.
Nice.
And that's a 12. I think that.
I think it was.
so we help you up and you just immediately sprint off.
I mean, she's
I'm
got to go, save her not boyfriend Sage.
That's fair.
I guess she's good then.
Did I?
I think she's fine.
I think his AC is 12. Did I say it was 12 or 13?
I don't remember.
You said 13.
I said 13. I thought so.
I think it's
Yeah.
13, yeah.
All right.
So it's more like a distraction at him.
Yeah. He sees you get up and he goes, "Okay," and he puts his claw against the tent and starts to cleave through it, trying to get out.
So yeah, 5 hit points to whatever. So Pepper, you would feel all super spicy and great, and you would be poison neutralized.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Y'all just focus him in the face.
He's going to. So I think that's my turn then. So Hadock will literally cleave through the side of this tent with his talon, and then I'm going to use his wings to throw dirt up into your face. So I'm going to attempt to sand attack you guys, basically.
No.
And that is a dexterity saving throw from all of you. I'm looking for a 5 to avoid getting dirt in your eyes.
I'm leaving.
Wait,
Kara, does it count for you?
The wind attack lasts for it.
Yeah, he's going the same. Oh, the wind. I can't throw dirt at you guys.
Yeah, right. It would go right back toward him.
Yeah, you're right. I can't throw dirt at you guys. Okay, fine. He rips open the tent and he's turning around, ready to leave. He's gonna just try and fly away because he has wings. So
That's his turn.
That's his turn. Charlotte, what are you doing?
I'm gonna run and throw myself on him to grapple him so he can't leave.
Okay, I'm gonna do my acrobatics, even though my athletics are higher. But I'll do my acrobatics versus your athletics because I'm trying to like get away type of thing instead of check you.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to get above a 10.
It's not gonna matter. I rolled a nat 20 for a 23.
Okay.
Oh,
So Shallot just grabs him and just pulls him down as he's about to.
Pinning him to the ground, be like, "Guys, we got to take care of this now."
Okay, Kara, what are you doing? You ran the other way, right?
Yeah.
You're going to check on Sage?
Yeah, I'm going to find him.
Okay, so we'll get to you in a minute then.
Cool.
Wilbur, are you doing anything?
I'm gonna look at Shallot and be like, "You got this," and he's gonna take off after Kara because he still feels bad about getting her hurt, so he can't let her run off on her own.
That would make it Pepper's turn.
Yes, we are full on attacking him first with Talon, right? For a melee attack.
You go to so you have advantage to hit him because he's grappled.
Yes.
Yay. Okay, let's try this again.
Nope, you got advantage.
Wow.
That's first. Okay, one talent attack. I'm guessing missed.
They both missed.
They both missed.
So we're gonna hit him with the spiritual weapon.
Okay. So the spiritual weapon comes out, like, it's these huge talons. They're like, before they can come down on him, he is gonna look at you and be like, "We don't have to do this. You could just come. You should have been here with me."
And that is a 15 to hit.
Yeah, his AC is 13.
Great.
Haddock's just gonna
Yeah,
look at
don't let him
Haddock's
get
gonna look
speech
Haddock's
out.
gonna look at you and just say, "Pepper, it doesn't have to be this way."
You're right. It didn't have to be this way. And he's gonna take 11 points of damage.
He only has 8 left. So, go ahead. Describe your weapon rending Haddock.
Right. Okay. So assuming Shallot caught like the bottom of his legs, I imagine he's kind of like laying there, and you're just gonna see. What'd you say?
I said Shallot always goes for the knees.
Oh, okay. Grabbing his knees. That's cool. And so you're gonna see like these giant, the talons, right? And Pepper's like, "You're right. It didn't have to be this way." And then she's gonna see like this huge like claw, and she's gonna like claw up like the whole half of his body, like all the way to his face, and like just like his head pops off. Just
Yeah.
whole.
The claw rends upwards from his stomach all the way through into his neck, and you watch his head just as the edge of the last claw just kind of like sinks through his neck. It just kind of hangs and then just rolls, and his body goes limp in the air. The gust stops and he just collapses.
And then Pepper's probably gonna throw up. So
Yes, by all means, please roll on your table.
Shallot will immediately rush to Pepper for emotional support.
that is a 2.
Please roll me a
Okay.
D100.
Oh no.
53.
Didn't we just
Like-
do this?
We had a 6 last time.
Oh, okay. As this all hits you, you're overwhelmed with like sadness and somber feelings and memories of your best friend. Whoever that is, I don't really know. You can name that whoever that wants to be. And for a moment you start to wilt a little bit, and for whatever reason, bananas just start raining around you. This is what happens on this table. So wild magic, you just have bananas start raining on the inside of this tent.
I guess she's crying, maybe. She's like,
Yeah.
just, I can't do this anymore.
Apparently,
like,
hold on. While holding a banana in your hand or mouth, you gain +2 to all saving throws during this time. So I don't know.
That is so random.
Yeah.
Our pockets full of bananas.
So all I'm saying is that this is what the wild magic surge does. Okay.
Yeah. So Pepper's crying inconsolably on the ground. Shallot is comforting her, and then there's just
And
bananas.
just bananas begin to fall on you guys. Let's get to Kara, who runs back up. The goblin is gone. It looks like the tent has been taken down. The rafters are still there. You'd find Sage, like, kind of sitting up. His body is rended. You can see where he's been, like, very heavily rended by eagle claws or raptor claws. He kind of opens his eyes and smiles at you as you get there. He looks up and goes, "In my bag, there's food for the animals."
I'm not worried about the animals. Like she's running up the seats, you know.
Yeah. Okay, well, I like them and I made it for them.
Sage, they only like you for food, and she's like trying to prop him up.
Yeah, I know. Nobody really likes me for anything, much anything. But I like them. And that's all that matters. You like prop him up. He's bleeding everywhere. He just laughs a little bit.
Wilbur's gonna walk up behind her and be like, "Yeah, I like you. Not many people can come out of a lake naked in front of me, and I'd be okay with that. Like, that's his own special kind of special."
He just he gets like this big lizardy smile, and he just says, "Sometimes you just gotta let it freeball."
That's right.
I like the warmth of a rock sometimes too. He's just talking at this point.
She's trying to like apply pressure to him.
He like kind of gets stiff a little bit and then goes, "You know, I don't think I killed Hadock."
I think Shallot and Pepper are taking care of that as we speak.
Shallot's a good bean.
She is a good bean.
Yeah.
I'll make sure she knows you said that.
She follows. She doesn't follow after Paprika. She just does a lot more than Paprika did.
Yeah. She's got to work on that.
I don't know. She needs to have fun sometimes. She needs to go naked in the river sometimes. He points, and as he points, you realize he has no idea where you are. He's pointing to the wrong direction. He's just talking at this point.
Yeah. Wilbur's he's just gonna keep talking to him. Yeah, buddy.
She's pulled off this rat thing. Well, it's part of a rat. She's emptied the bag out. It shits everywhere. And she's trying to press it to his wounds to stop the bleeding. She's like, Sage.
Yeah.
Do you ever shut up?
No. Not often. This is gonna be a roll. This is one of your moments here, Kara. I'm gonna let you make a medicine check as you sit here and apply all this pressure and this gauze and tear up your shirts. You have to get a 19 or above.
Oh shit.
And this is it.
I give her the help action?
No. You're already helping by keeping him up.
No.
I rolled a 15.
So, you're talking to him. And as you're talking, he starts to fade. You know that you can see that you're applying pressure. You can also see that there's pieces of the poison starting to seep from his lips downwards. It's the same way Paprika looked towards the end. He can't see anymore. His eyes are glazed over. He's talking outwards and he goes, I just wanted everybody to be safe. I know that nobody likes me, but it's because if I made friends with people, then they would be able to see me more. I had to be something nobody really paid attention to.
Kara's going to she knows she's losing him. she leans with her head against his shoulder, and she whispers, "I like you. That's the only reason I followed you on this stupid quest."
He grins and says, "That's why you're the only one who could ever see me." And he says, "But I was never worried about you being safe because you stayed away from all the danger. Shallot and Paprika and Wilbur, they go towards it. So, if as long as they don't like me, they'd never notice what I'm doing. And all I wanted to do was keep them safe." And then he'd like kind of nuzzle you for a second with the side of his head and then pass out.
Wilbur would just walk up and put a hand on your back. He wouldn't say anything, but he would just be there.
I think that this is when Peppa and Shallot, what are you all doing from where you're at? Would you all be joining them?
Yes. I feel like Pepper would be really excited. Just kind of, she took the bastard down, and there's bananas. I feel like she would like bust into the scene, like just not knowing. You'd be like, "I killed the bastard, and there's bananas," like type of deal. It's like, I don't know why there's bananas.
Yep.
And then kind of like walk into the scene and realize that like,
Yeah.
Sage, dead or dying, and maybe she would like drop her handful of bananas and like run over to him.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can do?
I feel like Shallot would try to do the same. She'd be like, "Oh, it must be the poison like before," so she would try to do the same thing that she'd done before.
Because Pepper's completely out of magic.
The medicine saving throw I let her roll was to sustain him from taking his final failure of death saving throws. So he's gone. The last thing he was able to do, he would have pushed one of his daggers into your hand, Kara, with another small pouch underneath of it that has a bunch of food for the animals in it. But his dagger is a dagger +2, and that would be yours.
That's amazing.
Add to your sheet. And its name is on the hilt it has all of the animals' names kind of put on it, but Thorn is at the top of it. And the bottom of the hilt, where you'd hold it, has a little face on it, and if you look really closely, the face looks like Briar's. And he's carved it out of like wood. He has a pretty bad set of armor, and he has some makeshift other stuff on him if you all were trying to loot his body. I don't really know if you are, but I don't know what you want to do with him either. You guys would look up and realize that everything that was being taken down is pretty much gone. There's only a couple goblins and some like makeshift like bugbears left around that are just kind of cleaning up. But the whole circus carnival has moved on. They just kind of left this tent and these places. I would need somebody to roll me Arcana. Somebody that's proficient in it, preferably.
Okay.
I've got a -1.
Me too.
I got an 18.
The center where the goblin was sitting, that thing is gone. Instead, there's just a small stone, like pillar. That's like a modest pillar, and on the top of it is a large rune carved into it that glows gently this yellow color. You don't recognize the ruin, except for you recognize that it was one of the ruins carved in the king, and one of the ones that was carved in the tables, and one of the ones that's on the flyer that you have in your pocket.
Is it the same one each time, or is it a different ring?
It's this ruin.
Okay. Wilbert just taking everything in. He'd sigh and he'd be like, now what? And he'd inform everyone about the room that he saw and lets everyone know that there's more going on here. I don't know that this is done yet.
Yeah, I feel like that's Shallot's thought. She thought she was trying to do something to help, but I feel like really in her mind right now, especially after having gone through that whole fight with the king, and you would see too, like, since he smashed into her with his burning fist, like now she has like this permanent giant burn mark on the side of her face. Like that would be her permanent scar from that fight. It's just the whole right side of her face is just a burn scar.
Mm.
And she would just be like, I'm sorry guys, I thought I was leading us into something to fix something, but it looks like we just have more problems. I don't really feel like I helped you all accomplish anything. I don't know what to do.
Keep leading. Like, there's still more to, like I said, there's still more to do. Does anyone have any idea what the stone would even be used for? Like, we know the ruins are the same, but
I don't care about the stone. Right. It's attached to Hadock.
I
Right?
feel like we should just break it.
Yeah. Just destroy it.
Can I attempt to take my hammer and smash the stone?
Yeah. I mean, you don't gotta roll a hit. You just roll damage.
Y'all, I can't with this today.
Okay. So you take a couple good swings,
Yeah.
and the first one, it kind of clangs and the stone kind of shakes. Second one, it chips it. You look back at everybody. Last, just as the last swing comes down, the stone kind of crumbles and shatters and dusts outwards. And you'd watch the ogres that are around. They start to shake their head. And they look around. And for a moment, you see some of the goblins notice and start to squirrel away. And one of the ogres looks over and goes, Hey! What? Why am I... And then he looks over and you see one of the goblins, and he grabs the goblin by his neck and starts shaking him. And he goes, How long? And you can just see all the ogres start to come to. And the goblin starts to try and run away. Over time, you'd watch as HARROW SPIRE begins to take hold again of themselves. A lot of the ogres upstairs, you can hear clamoring. You can hear goblins running. You can hear the ogres start to get themselves back together. there's crying. There's families that have been destroyed. To the side, you hear, hey, um, can I can tell them we can open the basement again? It's Nolan.
God, yes, yes, you can. Hi.
Hi. Okay. You, and he'd like walk up and he'd like kind of hug Shallot's leg a little bit because he's smaller than you. And
wow.
yeah, Nolan is a goblinoid. He's just a little tiny thing. And he hugs your leg. He comes up to like your mid waist, and then he would say, "Thank you for saving all of us, and I will tell the Adventurers Guild what you did."
Make sure you let him know that it was all of us that did it. I couldn't have done it without these 3 amazing people with me too.
He like looks around and goes, "Okay, yeah, be safe." And he like pats you.
Yeah, we pat each other at the same time.
Yeah.
Next time you give someone directions, make sure you give them clearer directions.
Huh?
Never mind.
And then he
Just
like,
go.
yeah, he turns and starts to like skedaddle away, and then you see there's like a pile of trash, and he just like kind of like squirms his way through an opening against the wall next to the pile of trash.
Sure.
You know, I was gonna say, as you guys are moving around and like you start to walk up the stairs back to where you were coming from, like everything is going back to normal except for the king's chamber. They're all dead. There is an opening for leadership here, but honestly, that's not your concern.
Yeah.
But as you all were to begin to walk back towards the front door, I'm guessing, unless you have something to do here with are you doing something with Sage? Are we doing something?
Yeah, well, I wanted to pick up Sage. I would ask Kara for permission if it's okay if I pick him up.
She lets you.
So Pepper would scoop him up. You know, he deserves a good space.
Can we swing by and get Paprika on the way too?
Of course.
On your way towards the front gate where Paprika was, you'd hear the the sound of an actual voice you recognize as a deep bellow is by the front door again, and he goes, "See, no, this is where I'm supposed to be," and he's like telling people to go away. This is where he belongs. And he looks around and goes, "And why did one of the goblins ruin my seat? Everybody's always ruining. It's my seat. Look, I fit in it." And he like sits down, and then when he sees you, he goes, "Oh, Deep Bellow friends."
Hi,
Waves
Deep Bellows.
"Look, I got to my seat back."
I'm so proud of you. It looks like a good spot for you. You fit here. You just look so good.
Thank you.
Who is this exactly?
This is our best friend, Deep Bellow.
Yeah, we met him when you disappeared.
Deep Bellow, these are my 2 friends. You met Kara briefly, and then I don't think you met Wilbur.
No.
Yeah, okay, I feel like I missed a whole section of what happened while we were in here. There was enough stuff happening. Well, I guess nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Anyone I don't have to fight in here is a pleasure.
It probably happened when you ran off to be poisoned, but
There was a lot of poisonings going on, though.
He looks around and goes, Deep Bellow don't like fighting. Go ahead, Kara.
No, I said do not recommend.
Yeah, the poison wasn't great.
Oh, all of you be safe. He kind of waves. And then when he sees you all carrying bodies, he goes, Wait! And he offers you guys like a little pulley cart.
Aw, thank you, buddy.
I don't have any more animals, so you have to pull it yourself.
That's okay. Kara can turn into a horse.
I was gonna say he's a little 3.5-foot shallot, just trying to.
And
Kara
we're
turned into, like this horse.
so we're headed back towards Gravlax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So yeah, in that case, Pepper would pick up Paprika's body as well, and put it on the cart.
Okay. You guys get back to Gravlax, who is in the middle of talking to Briar and Barry, as all three of them have devoted this time to building a little stage for them to perform on and keep him company. So now they're acting out like scenes from a sitcom, and he's just like watching his soaps basically because he's not able to move, and nobody's brought him any food, and the other animals are eating things around him, and he's trying to ignore them because he's not good with animals. And so you all would come up on that, and he would see you all and be like, "Oh, great! Do we have any food?"
Bananas.
Why do we have... You know what? Yeah, I'll take a banana.
Here you go.
Thanks. You
Let's
just...
do your saving throws, man.
What does that even mean?
Horse day.
Yeah. Brrr.
Right. Pepper would be like, "It's done," and then like just go walk and sit down.
I think that Gravlax would give you like a really stern, like, good job look. And then he'd explode and die. No, I'm just playing. But by all means, could you all go ahead and talk about... Could you all go ahead and talk about how you lay your other two to rest?
Jesus God.
Couldn't help myself.
So Kara comes out of the horse she used to pull the cart. If we can take a break, I can become a digger. And she just kind of like sinks down beside the cart.
No, you all have as much time as you need. Just please, if you'd like to describe the ceremony at which you lay your friends to rest, I think that would be a suiting way to end this episode.
We should, find a nice spot, nice view.
Yeah.
Perhaps, you bury them next to the tree where you're getting the root from.
I was thinking.
It's on a hilltop. It's amongst probably one of the most beautiful spots you can imagine. The tree itself blossoms and has flowers that fall from it. So now they completed their mission.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I was gonna say either that or we send their bodies back with Gravlax because he's not coming with us because he's injured.
Gravlax is definitely going with you in the cart so that you all could watch him. Because God knows, you know better than anybody, Wilbur, that if you try and send Gravlax back by himself, he ain't going back by himself. So
Okay.
you get the root, you bury your friends, and I'd say you guys start to make your way back to, Anne Arundel Castle. You have to go back the same way you came. You see there's a lot of moments on the way back that you can reflect upon. You know, you have to stop. You probably would stay around the same place on the way home. At one point, you're going to pass the manticore or the chimera body. That's where this started. You're going to pass the lookout spot where Shallot looked over everything for the first time. And the mountain.
Yep.
You're going to pass the little stream that, the river that Sage was showing off in. And I would think that these are going to be sombering moments. You pass through the Valley of Teeth. You would get to the farmlands on the outskirts of the castle. And you can see kids playing, you know, they're chasing the circle with the stick. They're running around throwing like mud at each other, doing kid stuff, you know what I mean? Like you throw rocks at each other and hope for the best at most of the time when you're playing outside. But you guys you've been traveling for a long time. Gravlax is starting to look better, which is scary. And you're pulling in. Are you a horse for most of this?
No, we have a horse and an elk.
I didn't. Okay, good. Just making sure. And you guys are passing by some of the farmhouses, and people start to like cheers you and wave to you. Little kids are running about. I think I need a charisma. No, I need a perception check from Wilbur.
Okay. It's a 15.
You're passing by one of the houses, and that same feeling goes up, and the air becomes thick, and it's almost like that hatred, that seething annoyance pulls on you. It almost like tugs your face, and you turn, and on the front of the door, plastered on the front, is a sign for a carnival that's coming to town. For a circus that you can join them at Anne Arundel Castle. For a new, wonderful circus. It looks very similar to the thing you have in your pocket from HARROW SPIRE.
That can't be good.
And that's where we'll end the episode. Thank you all for being here for episode 6, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.